Do you really need one more fly fishing book where you read about someone's worldwide adventures and their personal musings about them? Well, yes. We'll talk about that book today on Casting Across. Hi, I'm Matthew of castingacross.com, where I explore the quarry and culture of fly fishing. One of the most crowded sections on the fly fishing bookshelf is the narrative, where people have an experience and then they share that experience, giving various musings about said experience to you and me, the audience. And a lot of them are okay. I mean, there's not a lot of bad ones. There's a lot of that are okay. They maybe have a particular appeal because you have a shared experience or a sense of place that matches up with the author. But a lot of them are just okay. A good example of this book is David Coggins' latest book, The Believer. You may know him from his earlier work called The Optimist, but I really like The Believer. This came out in 2024, but I believe that it has some staying power within the genre. And first and foremost, I attribute this to Coggins' ability as a writer. He's not just a fly fishing writer, and I think some of the best fly fishing works are written by people that have a little bit of an ability to have a diversity in how they communicate and what they communicate about and who they communicate to. And that definitely comes home in The Believer. It's definitely a fly fishing book, but it's the kind of fly fishing book that I think somebody who isn't necessarily a hardcore angler could pick up and really enjoy. But again, his skill as a writer is really impressive. First and foremost, he weaves together his stories really well. That comes across in a few ways. First and foremost, it's not necessarily a serial adventure where you start in the beginning and you go to the end, although it does take place over the course of 1 year. He has good individual accounts within the book that are so well constructed that even the end isn't necessarily a cliffhanger of each chapter. You want to read the next one even as your eyes get a little bit heavy and you are maybe done for the night. Another thing is that he is very economical in his language. That is to say, things don't drag on. There doesn't seem to be a lot of unnecessary sentences or paragraphs or rabbit trails as he talks about these experiences that he has. Something else that I really like is that he is humble, and it comes across in self-deprecating humor. It comes across in sharing his failures and writing about them with the same vigor and enthusiasm that he does his successes. And he doesn't come across as preachy about really anything, but even his fly fishing kind of predispositions one way or another to enjoy certain things. You don't walk away thinking like he's saying this is the way to do it. And I have no problem with preachy books. I mean, look at all these Puritan writings behind me. But Coggins' The Believer is a quick read. Everything I said he does in a relatively concise package, coming in at just over 200 pages. It's a very quick read, a great summer read, the kind of read that if you're not somebody who wants to dive into a thick, meaty book, you'll still be able to get through in a matter of weeks. Like I said, I think that even though this is a relatively new book, that both The Optimist and The Believer are books that are going to have some lasting value. So definitely pick up The Believer. It is a book that is a great read. It's a book that will inspire you. And it also, and I probably should have mentioned this earlier, it is a COVID era book, but it doesn't ride that horse to death. So it does give an interesting kind of window into what fly fishing, especially international and travel-based fly fishing, was like at a weird time in history. And now that we're on the other side of it, this is a good little memento, but it doesn't hammer on that over and over again. So check out The Believer, check out The Optimist, check out Coggins' work, and if there's a book that you think kind of rises like cream to the top of the glass when it comes to fly fishing narrative and introspection, let me know in the comments below. Then head over to castingacross.com, where there's 3 posts a week on the people, places, and things that go into the pursuit of fish.